Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another gear raffle and review. That's right, guys, we've raised enough money. It's time to review and raffle off another piece of gear. Today, we're going to take a look at the MSR Pocket Rocket Stove. So, let's get right into it. Alright guys, time to take a look at the MSR Pocket Rocket. Now, I'm going to do a pretty good comparison to this to what I used on the AT, which was a jet boil system. So I'm going to be kind of bouncing it off of that system. Shut up, phone, I'm recording. And then otherwise, it's just basically my opinion on how it works. So, first off, out of the box, it comes with this nice, sturdy plastic case. Now, I don't think this is going to keep it like 100% perfectly safe. I'm sure it could still break if you smashed it with a rock or something, but it is pretty sturdy. It does fold down a little bit, so it makes it kind of hard to get it in there. I don't know if it's just this one that I've gotten, if you squeeze the edges and stuff, but who cares, right? It does work, and it actually keeps it from falling out if the lid came off, which is pretty good. But as far as the stove goes, this is solid, well made, works 100% of the time. Well, at least I took it out testing and I used it for a couple days on the trail, and it just seems to be works perfectly. Like I said, it's very solid, super easy to use. Screw it on the top, flip this guy out, and open it up. You do have to carry a lighter for it. And actually, talking about carrying the lighter for it, I'm going to break right into my opinion on it now. I mean, that just tells you this thing is a 10 out of 10 when it comes to quality of what you're getting. This is a great stove. But as far as the way it works and the way I would use it on the trail, we'll get into that. First off, guys, when it comes to the MSR Pocket Rocket, this is a stove, not a cooking system. Now, when I say that, I use the jet boil on my thru hike, or my wife and I did, and the jet boil is a full cooking system. I mean, it has your cook pot, it's got the igniter, it comes with a stand, built-in windbreak. I mean, it will cover everything you need, and for me, it was 100% worth it. Some people like to have like the Pocket Rockets because they think they're smaller, they're lighter, that kind of thing. But when considering that, this is not the full system. You have to add more parts to your cook system to equal what a jet boil has. Yes, it is heavier, but it includes the igniter, and it includes the cook pot and all of these other things. And I'll do a little video up here, and that's going to be me weighing the jet boil and me weighing the Pocket Rocket system that I took. And you'll see that the weights are pretty comparable. I don't think that it was that much lighter. Now, that's the system that I put together for the MSR, and that is not, I didn't have a titanium cook pot, and yes, you can make a lot lighter system. And if you're out there and you want to have fun and create your own cooking system, this is a great burner to use as your base for your system, and then you can develop your cooking system around that. Because, like I said, it's not a system right out of the box. You have to buy some things, but when you're thinking about price, you know, with a jet boil being a little bit more expensive than this Pocket Rocket, and I'll throw the prices in, I don't know them right off the top of my head. When you start adding in the rest of the gear that makes this system, whether you use just a lighter or you actually buy, I mean, MSR have a little igniter that you can carry, and you're talking about titanium cook pot. I mean, those can run $30, and you know, you'll have to fashion a windbreak, and you know, all in all, it's just going to cost you a little bit more when putting together a ultralight hiking cook system with the MSR. Now, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. So if it's something that you are into when it comes to creating your own little system and making it personalized to you, like I said, a great way to start is with this cook stove. I also did a quick test of setting up the stove. Now, for me, I always loved the jet boil because I thought this thing sets up super quick. It's got a little stand and allows me to set it on rocky terrain and whatnot, but it's quick and it's easy. And I took the MSR out with the idea that this thing is going to be kind of a pain to use. It doesn't have a little stand. I was worried about it being rocking. It doesn't have a windbreak. You have to use a little metal windbreak for it. Not metal, but tin foil or whatever. And I thought this thing's going to be clumsy. It's going to be harder to set up. And right now you guys are probably watching a video of me setting it up, and it really didn't take any longer. I haven't went through the video yet to find out the exact time, but it's comparable to setting up the Jetboil. It is super easy to set up one of these systems, and really, if you take the time to make sure it's level, you don't need to carry a stand and stuff with you. So it does work, and it works surprisingly better than I thought. All right, now on to some pros and cons to the MSR. One of the cons that I've noticed is, now I use just this, I don't know where I even got this little cook pot. Now I took it along for coffee in the morning because I always had coffee with my Jetboil in the morning. And the one thing I noticed with this is once you've warmed your coffee up in this, especially if you're using water that you're boiling to treat the water, this pot is so hot that you can't drink out of it, especially if it has a lighter in it. But you can't really drink out of it. You almost need to carry a separate pot to pour this into to drink out of because this pot is going to get so hot. Now, I'm sure other pots come with maybe lids and stuff. A Jetboil's got a little I don't know if it's plastic or like a rubberized cap that goes on it that allows you to sip out of it so you're not burning your lips on this. But that's one con to this cook stove is you're limited with just one pot. And not only that, well, you're not limited, but if you only have one pot. Now, also with cooking with this, if you're cooking in a pot, you're having to clean it every night and stuff like that. Jetboil, I just heated up the water and used bags for cooking, which you could do with this as well. Another con would be it doesn't pack or self-contain without you setting up your own little system. It doesn't fit neatly together. Now, I'm not saying it can't, but and I'm sure you'll find a way of packing it together. But with the Jetboil system, and this is, I'm not talking about this, it's about the MSR, self-contained. That's something that this doesn't offer right out of the box. It does for itself, but like I said, this is not a cooking system. So it may be a little hard to find your own way of packing it and stuff. That's a little bit of a con for me. I'm a little lazy. I want to be able to pull this out of the box, but this is my cooking system and be done with it. One more con to the system is it is going to be, I believe, more expensive to set up a light cooking system with this. Yes, this can be lighter than a Jetboil, but in order to get it lighter than a Jetboil, the pot that you need to buy and stuff, you're going to probably have a little bit more money wrapped up into this to make it an ultralight system. On to the pros. It is a super well built piece of equipment, and it comes in a nice convenient carrying case. It's going to be sturdy. You're going to be able to chuck it in your pack. You don't have to worry about it busting or being flimsy and breaking. And as a burner, it is very lightweight, and it is very nice. So that is a pro to this. It's just, it is well made. Another pro, it does not fall short on cook time. If I put a side-by-side, which I don't have filmed, but if I did a side-by-side comparison between this and the Jetboil, it's not going to take much longer to, especially if you have a nice windbreak set up around it, it's going to heat up just as fast as the Jetboil, and you're not going to lose anything when it comes to boil time. Another pro with this cook system that I noticed is the valve in here is much more adjustable than a Jetboil. You're going to be able to take this stove and put it on a nice simmer where as for a Jetboil, you're boiling or not boiling. And with that, you're going to be able to cook and to simmer food inside of your pot on this burner. Now, I like a Jetboil, but a Jetboil really falls short when it comes to simmering. And that's why we did no cooking in a Jetboil, because you can't control temperatures very well. You can easily burn stuff to the bottom of your Jetboil and make a mess. With this, you're going to be able to cook right inside of your pot and not worry about not being able to adjust your heat. You could probably use multiple pots and pans and get whatever kind of burn that you want out of this. It is really good when it comes to being able to adjust the flame. Well, there you have it, guys. That is my 2 cents on the Pocket Rocket Stove, the MSR Pocket Rocket. Now it is time for what you've all been waiting for, the raffle. Now, if you guys don't know, every one of these gear reviews, I'm going to raffle off the gear at the end. If you want to take part in these raffles, head on over to the Patreon site, become a patron, and you're going to be entered in every single one of the gear raffles. And right now, I'm going to raffle this off. I've got my hat over here. All of the numbers are in here. And we're going to choose the winner of the MSR Pocket Stove. Digging deep. All right. And the winner of the stove is number 4. Number 4. I got to look back through here real quick and find out who number 4 is. The 4th person to have signed up is Brody Morkin. You are the winner of the MSR Cook Stove. By the time you're watching this video, this is already on its way to you. Congratulations! All right, now on to the next topic before you guys leave. Help me out here. I am putting in all of these numbers, tons of numbers, into this hat and drawing. I noticed that last month we had someone change from a $1 member to a $5 member, and it changed everybody's number in my system, which means I'd have to go back through here, and I did, and redo all the numbers. Help me come up with a nice and fun way to raffle off for these drawings. I've been researching a little bit. There's some programs online that I can just type in a bunch of stuff, but I don't know if I want to do that. What do you guys think? Should I was thinking about actually making chips for everybody and having like this thing that I turned over here and do a big drawing like that. That may be fun, but let me know what are some of the ideas that you guys can come up with for drawing these names. Something that'll be fun. We're getting more and more people that keep signing up, which is awesome. We're going to be able to do bigger and better gear the more people we get involved with this, and I think that's going to be awesome. And if I keep doing it this way, it's going to destroy my brain having to cut out all of these little numbers for everybody. And remember, guys, let's use the comment section below as a forum to talk about this MSR Pocket Rocket. There's a lot of you out there that know more about this than I do. So if you're looking for more information, let's start talking about it in the comments below. That's going to do it for this review raffle, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And remember, these reviews are just my opinion. And if you don't like it, you can go take a hike.